Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2. I'm Matt and I'm continuing my Hissho walkthrough on Endless difficulty. So last time we left off, we'd been putting a lot of pressure on Yellow's outposts, and we'd cut them off here, and now we're moving to pick up this planet and this planet. And it also sent off a small fleet over here, and in the meantime it also used the marketplace and this excellent technology impactor sites to pick up a bunch of new heroes for to act as our governors and as our military commanders, which is obviously, well, not obviously, but it's extra nice considering how the academy hasn't been discovered yet, and picking up impactors is just so much more convenient and in many ways better than having to build an academy embassy. So at this point, we should definitely fight this fleet. It's possible I should have sent more ships out. Now they have both lasers and they have lasers and guns, but more lasers. We're going to go with power to shields. See how that pans out. And we won decisively. So my fears were unmotivated. Now we should negotiate with our little cousins and declare war on them. Again, very humorous that we found the Hissho. We're playing as the Hissho. And I believe invading them is something we're in a position to do. Let's try it out. And obviously, the fact that we have tanks really helps us out here. The nice thing about fighting minor factions is that they don't use the draft function on their systems, and drafting is really one of the most, at least in the early game, one of the most difficult. I don't know if difficult to counter is the right word, but it's definitely something that will slow down your invasions quite dramatically at the cost of their populations. Also making the systems worse when you finally do pick them up. And despite my best efforts, Jennifer Rash finally did link up with my main fleet. So at the moment, I'm researching applied cryogenics so that we can pick up this strike class, the hunter class for the Hissho. And after that, I can think of other technologies. I'd like this just because 25% on loyal is something we're always going to have active. But at the same time, it's probably not something we need right now because this is only going to be something we're able to get on a very few of our systems which have the industry. And then we'd like to be able to pick up lava planets. Where we already have the ash planet there. But one of our systems really does need lava planets to develop itself. In this case, these planets. And AI labor is something. AI labor is not a bad upgrade. It's something you really want on systems with a lot of hot and a lot of sterile planets. Even something we could benefit from in our main system. We have 2 hot planets, and we can gain. This is also sterile. We can gain a noticeable chunk of industry. And since we're depending so much on our main system, it's probably something we want to do. Now, the question is, what sciences do we get after that? And it really depends how the war with Yellow goes. We might need more military sciences if we are hard pressed to defeat Yellow's fleets. But if we're still crushing Yellow in a couple of turns, then we might want to go into more behemoth technologies. The quest has finally unlocked the behemoth blueprint, and obviously picking up that would be really nice. Possibly something we'll prioritize. Now I haven't made good progress on the quest. Partly because this quest is sort of hard to do given the strategy, and partly because possibly I chose the wrong option and should have gone for simulating minor faction, even though we don't really be getting it now, and it was definitely the correct decision to go and put lots of pressure on Pink. And Pink is weakened to the point we can always come back and pick up Pink's colonies once we've picked up enough of Yellow colonies. Really, Hissho play really kind of forces us to be at war as often as we can, and changing to Yellow as a target was definitely a good choice, given that we can clean up these systems later. And although, as I mentioned, we have a lot of dead space around our main systems, because we can't colonize any of these planets, because it will cost us too much K. Instead, what we're going to have to do is build a bunch of behemoths, place them relatively close to our systems to start probing away. To do that, we're going to need a good probe, though. And unlocking good probes is... You can do it by the faction quest, but it doesn't look like we're going to do that anytime soon. So we can try and go for like something like this fast mine in the meantime, or this deep miner. I mean, that'll take us some time, but hopefully our main system will improve our our science output really soon. That is a dream, anyways. In the meantime, I want to get this modernization relatively soon, so I can start. I mean, once our population grows to the maximum, I can start sending populations out to other systems. I don't want to weaken our main system too much because it's our main source of income for all, or our main source of production for almost everything. But at the same time, if we're letting the food go to waste because we can't produce extra population, then we're losing on the resources we could have otherwise had. Okay, Jennifer Rack got a level. This is a really nice skill, as I mentioned before. The bonus fleet move on free movement is really good, but we're not going to benefit from it immediately. And in the meantime, there's only one other good perk at this level, or one other perk that actually benefits a military commander at all, and that's experience per turn on fleet. That's not great or exciting, but I really do value these movement perks. And in the meantime, so Jennifer Ash will start out kind of mediocre, but I think will be a better choice in the long term because of the movement. So here they have a lot of lasers. We can use this team spirit to give ourselves a huge morale boost. We can also go power to shields to try and soak up those lasers. I think maybe team spirit is better because although power to the shields we stay further away. I mean, a lot of us have lasers as well. They don't have good laser defense. Maybe we want to focus on offense for that reason. Oh, wait. What happened? We defeated them soundly. That's nice. The less fleets yellow have, the harder it's going to be for them. I'm not actually sure. We fought that fleet there and then retreated in this direction. I thought they would have retreated back there. Anyway. The less fleets yellow has, the less likely they're going to challenge us in a huge fleet cluster. So as you can see, having all of these ships together means that we crush yellow's fleets without losing many fleets of our own. So we're still invading this minor faction. Preemptive bombing. And it looks like we just lost a lot of manpower without many benefits. And also, they've made a better fleet. So yeah, I undercommitted. Well, I sent too few resources in that direction. Now we're not going to get that system. We did. Whoops! I forgot that retreating is so bad. Wait, there's the Hissho. Alright, that was terrible. I should probably have. Yeah, so it turns out it was a mistake to send those fleets there, and they're going to take a long time before they go in this direction. So I should have probably either sent all of my fleets there or all of my fleets here, and not committing has cost us a bit. Though it's not cost us a huge amount. I mean, an extra system would have been nice. It was definitely a mistake, but I think we'll be able to bounce. Well, I'll be able to bounce back. Alright. We probably want to pick up extra strategics. Unfortunately, Hyperium is not something we can easily produce. Plasma Metallurgy is something I want to pick up sooner rather than later. And I think I'll use probing to pick up the Hyperium here. Oh, I forgot to send this fleet. Okay, we get an extra level. That's nice. We can get bonus dust production. We can get treaty cost reduction, which is kind of nice. It's maybe what I want to go for in this case. You can also pick up extra influence. It's not amazing, but not terrible either. Maybe I want to pick this up. This is nice if we're fleet commander or senator, and we are both. Or we are one of them at the moment. We could be both in the future if we retrofit him to be a fleet commander. And yeah, what if we need to sign a truce, for instance, in the near future? Now we got a quest reward, which is nice. It really helps us compensate for that blunder. These give us bonus on fertile. These give us bonus. I don't know if we want to improve their population. So we got a bonus for them, which is bonus to religious empire. That's not really that exciting. And we got a random Harisham. Okay, we picked up Denark University in our main system. So hopefully our production is noticeably up. Now we can pick up this extra level. And I guess we want the science first. The mod 100%. I mean, we're not gonna fill out the system before we pick up the science, so we go for the science first. Always make sure that there are no heroes for sale. Okay, adamantium is in demand. Kind of sad we don't have any adamantium. Let's attack here. Could go bonus hulls. Yeah, probably retreat though. Yeah. Oh, we won 10 battles? That means we got bonus K and this random thing. So, despite having retreated, which is something I said never to do, we got the K back really quickly. So that's nice. I still don't think we can afford really to go for Hatched at Home. And we have 5 systems, so Hatched at Home would reduce. If we went for Hatched at Home, it would cost us 5k per turn. I think we can afford to for a couple of turns. Yeah. And then when we capture the system... Okay. We can blitz at this point, which is preferable. Okay, we didn't get any K at the moment. So I guess I'll stick with Hatched at Home. I have had some difficulty navigating these laws at this point in the game. I wonder if it's correct to try and change our government. This is kind of interesting. And bonus population on Sterol is kind of nice. And this is an improvement. This is an improvement which is like flat. It doesn't need anything to be researched. It just generally applies to our civilization. And I guess a diverse government might be better at this point. Like, the dictatorship is neat in that we can choose, but then we have to kind of choose a military. We always want military to be strong so that this hero is better, but so that we get this hero's bonuses, like the Papers, Please, and later the Behemoths will be really important. But at the same time, we kind of need more laws at this point. So I guess we might think about this, to be honest. Not something I've experimented super much with. Sentences are difficult for me, apparently. At least today. Let's send this fleet down there. I mean, my little adventure over there just lost us some K and wasn't really effective. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, now we get the opportunity to convert population to K, which makes me happier to have Hatched at Home still active. I mean, that's a small misstep. I guess we could have had Hatched at Home earlier and really made use of that. There must be a better law. Species stability increases dust production, increases starting population increase. These laws are quite strong. Bonus, especially the experience per turn on heroes. Hardship ready, not something we're super into now that we have the science to get all of the relevant planets. And in general, the economist laws are kind of mediocre. Dust Windfall, and Work Not Shirk is amazing. Scientist laws are good, though less so at this point in the game. Pacifists, we're not really pacifists. I don't think we're going to benefit from all these peaceful stuff. We're going to attack everyone. Feed Fortitude, Work Not Shirk, Minimizers. I'm not actually sure what is... Maybe I want to go for Religious. I mean, Admit and Improve is good. Species Stability... Nah, Species Stability is less interesting. I say I don't have enough... I don't have enough experience as I should have with laws. It's something that I should work on, like, or... I guess something I'm least confident about is which laws are best in which situations. I guess I'll stick with militarists for now, but I'll think about changing government types relatively soon. And we haven't really gotten that much mileage out of our militarist laws, to be honest. So I probably would have benefited more from a different kind of law setup. Which system are we on with this hero? On this system. Okay, we're back to Cold War then. Want to blitz again? Or preemptive bombing? No, blitz. Okay, we've got another... As you see here, the draft is really strong at preventing you from capturing new systems. So, on this system, what do we want? We probably want just a flat boost to industry. We can also get bonus food per fertile. We have 1 fertile. Maybe that's more valuable? I mean, we've already picked up Xeno, so we have a decent amount of industry. Yeah. I guess we want the food at this point. So definitely something I can think about improving for my next Hissho playthrough, or in general my Hissho playstyle, is what laws are good. In this case, I mean, college's laws could have been nice to pick up new systems. We don't really have problems, at least in this playthrough, of picking up the planets we need in our home system. At this point, they're kind of mediocre. I guess Industrialist might have been nice. Okay, we destroyed those. Yeah, we're still putting pressure on this system. So it turns out their fleet went this way, and we defeated their fleet, so we're really safe in capturing this system. Here's the UE, currently not an enemy of ours. And this fleet can continue to put pressure there. We might even want to send this fleet here. Or maybe we just want to send our siege ship over. I mean, we can take some time to siege Shaddai. It's not the biggest priority. Also, we want to siege the system as soon as we have good enough warships. I mean, that was also something I messed up a bit. Like, I shouldn't have sent a small detachment of fleets there because I underestimated how powerful the defenses are for that system at this point in the game. So, a couple of minor missteps despite that. We're still in a dominant position in this game. And, I mean, despite the fact that Orange is still ahead of us in score, this kind of lead in terms of FIDs is something you can easily compensate for by playing better than the AI. And as long as you're not falling behind the AI, you can still hope to win a game by outplaying them. And we are definitely not falling behind. We're doing really well in terms of FIDs. And once we get the next tier ships, the behemoth technologies, etc., I think we're in a really good spot. Okay, Raya is down there. So this is another sort of branch of the galaxy. So this is kind of, they're like, the way this galaxy is, it looks like they are like big branches which contain 2 different factions. Kind of interesting. Remember I said it was quite difficult to reach our first target. And the way we're going to play this, we definitely want to... We've taken a lot of Pink's territory. Then we probably want to go back to... Well, now we're taking a lot of Yellow's territory. Once we've captured most of that and put Yellow in commission, we want to gear up to attack Blue at some point. I don't know who Red is, though. It'll be kind of interesting to know. Sadly, the ship has no probes, but makes up for that really, really fast. And we can go down this branch to see what's there. So again, we don't have probes. How urgent is changing government type? I guess we can get better behemoths first. And then pick up whatever the best mining technology we can find is. That will only take us 8 turns and we're getting better ships. Provided the ships are good enough, we can just go back for this. And then we'll be able to change to a different government type. Which should probably be better in the long term. The reason, perhaps erroneously, the reason I was so intent on keeping military strong is this skill for the Hissho is really nice. Extra behemoths and reduced behemoth ship cost is really something that's strong, but especially the extra behemoth limit it means we can get more behemoths without having to build these shipyards, which obviously quite resource intensive. And we have to build them on separate planets, and currently only our main system is really that strong. So we want more behemoths, but we want to get more behemoths without weakening our cores. So our fleet has 2... Wait, the invasion is still going on. I thought we lost all our manpower, but it's just that the forces are on the ground and not on our ships anymore. That's what that means. Alright, now we finally picked up an extra hull and plasma metallurgy and an extra level on Jennifer Ash. In a couple of turns we'll go back to astro navigation and then we'll get this bonus movement speed. And it's still taking us ages to take down the system, mostly because they're drafting. It's probably... Oh, I should have thought this sooner. Upgrading your tanks definitely helps. And I had the extra dust to do it, so I should have done that last turn. Now I've picked up this planet. We probably want to get the lava exploitation first. And then we can go back to pick up anthropology. And that'll be 13 turns, that'll be turn 55, and that'll be before the next election, which is every 20 turns. So we can't... This doesn't really help us that much, because we don't have any strategics on this planet. We could Blood Ritual to keep funding our massive K expenditure from Hatched at Home. Although we'd rather Blood Ritual on our main system, to be honest. I guess these upgrades don't really hurt, get us more experience than our hero. Yeah, this system is not amazing. Okay, we'd like them to stop blockading us.
Speak. Let us see if we can trust your words.
Jeez, don't blockade me.
I trust you no more than I would trust you.
Okay, cool. Sometimes asking nicely really works. Now, I mean, even if you just, like, wage massive war on them, like, I guess the Voltons are being too nice for their own good. Now we can just slap these improvements on the system. But also we want to think about getting these warships. So we don't have that much Hyperium, sadly. We are getting Hyperium from this probe, though, are we? Where are we getting Hyperium from? I'm confused. Is there Hyperium on any of these systems? Oh, there is Hyperium in one of our systems, this one. That's nice. I didn't notice this, I should have gotten this exploitation way sooner. Now we still can't buy Hyperium, so we're just going to have to go with standard engines. So let's look at what we can get for this warship. And it looks like... Okay, we have a lot of flex slots here. We definitely want lots of movement though. Obviously if we pick these, that would be better. But you can't always get what you want. Message for the day. Sorry to be such a downer. Alright. This already gives us more defensive power than the average ship in Hissho. So we have 11 movement speed and pretty decent weaponry, which is really not bad. And it's going to be better than our current ships. And producing 2 of these will complete our first tier of the quest, which we want to do really badly. So let's see if we can make 2 of them. And yeah, we can produce two of them quite quickly on our main system. We can attack this fleet over there. Just probably just force them back. Annoyingly enough, surfers are putting up quite a amount. It's still quite difficult to invade at this stage in the game, turns out. We might want a truce with the surfers? Nah, probably not. We're busy. We're going to pick up 2 powerful warships. And with those warships, we shouldn't have any problem like defeating Yellow. Alright. We're losing a fair amount of troops, so we have to switch to preemptive bombing. And by drafting again, they're still... they've also switched to... Well, they haven't actually switched to purely tanks, but they have enough tanks that we're struggling to make progress against them. Now on our main system, do we have maximum population? Yes, we do. We can send some of our fleets or some of our ships away. They maybe give bonus to food. So it's something that other systems might be able to benefit from way more than us. What other... We could send away a low population, I guess. And which system needs a lot more food production? Actually, Kura has... I think Bushia is a good choice. In this way... Actually, Bushia is really far away. It's unlikely that that's... So Ratio is starting to besiege this? That's weird. We can always pop over there and defend that system, though. Bushia is actually really far away. I doubt we'll actually get the population there. Rather, let's send it to Placidus. I believe these population ships travel like normal ships. That's the... well, I just think it's going to take a while for them to get to Bushia. So we're still devoted, but I don't think we can really afford Hatch to home. We can go for brains over bucks. That's not bad. We have a lot of dust production, and we can get some extra science out of this. Spoils of War is again... It's something we can afford at this point, actually. It reduces our dust from our fleets and gives us bonuses when we destroy enemy command points. Is it really going to be that useful? Possibly not. Really, the only military laws are not that great. But it does get our ship out faster, so that's nice. So really, I really need to figure out which laws are better. If we gotten more K, I could have used Way of the Obsidian Eagle. Again, slight mismanagement on my side. So we're gonna continue probing here, and this time we're going for this one. Get more Hyperium, which is something we're sort of short on. And now, those flubs aside, I really hope to show how powerful the behemoths can be with this faction. While we pick up these extra technologies. And once we pick up these 2 ships, we'll have completed that quest. Alright. Now hopefully we can close out this invasion. And finally we got a decisive victory. Okay, we occupy this planet, which is standard procedure for us. And we end up with... This is interesting. Oh, it has psychoactive air, that's why it looks so weird. This is fertile temperate, this is hot Mediterranean. Well, Mediterranean is sadly near the fertile north temperate. Once we pick up Xeno in the system, we'll have a decent amount of industry. I'm not sure if we can send populations to the system. Now this is 3 command points requirements, and I can get here relatively quickly. Now, given that we have a decent amount of fleet power incoming, we can think about sending ships, as I'm doing here, to this location so we can besiege that faster. And I guess I want to send 2 of my ships there. Wait, oops. No, do they have manpower? I guess I can send the siege ship there. Because I'm not using my siege ship in my main fleet anyways. And now this fleet, together with this ship, can help protect this side. And gear for an invasion on that side as well. So once we've picked up the second kite, we'll have completed that quest. We can think about building another behemoth actually. That's quite nice. Although we'd have to get the behemoth over to the other side to really get huge value out of the K zones, which we want to use where the Obsidian Eagle. And we can retrofit this ship. I put a lot of engines on it, so we can get it to the other side of the galaxy. Kind of neat, you can retrofit behemoths wherever they are. Never mind. I guess we'll retrofit it here, we'll send them over there, and then we'll re-retrofit them to be like a mining probe thing, and then you can use the behemoth to mine from these systems. Whoa, I didn't see this. It's an artificial star. That's cool. I never noticed that. Alright, so having discovered that awesome artificial star and having discovered I was completely wrong about how behemoths work, let's continue Vato. So we really want extra K. Sadly my K mismanagement has cost us a bit there. But again, I mean, what this should show you, despite all of these sort of like small mid-game mistakes that we're making, we're still doing really well. Showing you some of the huge, like the advantages of playing as the Hissho. And I guess also hopefully showing that endless difficulty, I mean it is difficult, but you don't have to play flawlessly to beat it, at least when you're playing a strong faction. Okay, so we're being offered a truce on the system. We're being offered a truce by yellow. And we definitely want to fuse that. And we barely have enough influence to refuse this. Let's see if they'll offer us something when we get a lot of planets. Where's Naus? Let's actually check where Naus is. Naus is there, that looks very nice. Gonna be a lot better than Shaddai here. So we can get another favorable truce and probably redeploy our forces to pick up pink here. We're kind of doing like a kind of like ping pong gameplay here, going from one system to another, or going from one enemy to another. But it really is worth it if we can avoid bleeding all this influence. We don't have enough influence to really refuse truces really often. And if we can instead use our influence to pick up like a nice system like this, that'll be very nice. I'm not the only person who stutters in these videos apparently. Picking up a few extra strategics is nice, although not necessary. And we are a bit choked on Hyperion, so why not? It's just a little bit of extra influence. We're saving in dust later. And we can accept this truce, and then this is... can we accept both? Wait, did we just...
What in Enfer's name is it now?
Are they paying us? No, okay. I don't think it works like that. But now we have the system on their doorstep, and it should be something they've developed decent. I say this, and then the system doesn't even have Xeno. Although we're only getting 20 from this, so that's not the greatest. Kind of funny how awkward these systems are for the AI. Ancestral? We probably want sustainable farms. I mean, 20 industry is not nothing. And we also get some Jadonics, which would be awesome if we could use Jadonics for our systems. I mean, Jadonics is the luxury resource we probably want the most at the start of the game, because like 60 bonus industry on one of the systems is spectacular. But, I mean, we're stuck with dust trees. Not the end of the world. Not the greatest thing ever, though. And we can put dust trees on the system. No, we can't actually. It already has been developed. Wait. Yeah, it is. Okay, do we have a system which isn't developed? So... we can't besiege that because we're at peace with them. And I can't go here because of that. And I'm fighting these guys. Alright, let's just fight. Whatever. And we can get here, right? Yeah, we can move through their fleet systems. We want to go here for... Actually, these fleets we want to definitely position more like on this location, so we can combine to take out this minor faction with our more mediocre fleets, I guess. And then want to send these siege fleets and our heroes fleet, I think, over here. Sort of regretting not getting that free move right away. And then we'll send either... we can send this ship through here without that costing us too much move. We can send the second ship up to Combat Pink. And this has a lot of move, I believe. Yeah, we can build another one of these. And then get the science upgrade. Now we're sending this one here. Gonna retrofit it. And then really quickly send it over to this territory. We can benefit from improved K zones, in addition to just mining probing a lot. We want to split up our behemoths so we can use the K zone bonuses, like for Way of the Obsidian Eagle, in different locations. Right. This is something we really want, eventually. Bonus 10 points of food. It's probably going to be worth it eventually. The Graviton Shielded Lab is something we want a bit more. Although our population is probably going to grow slow enough that that's not a huge priority. I mean, a little bit of extra industry, 2 turns cost. I'm not sure if that's better or worse. But we do want this eventually, and we have nothing better to do in the system. Now, once you've picked this up, I think we want to go for this Endless Research Park. I mean, these warships should be more than enough to put the pressure on Pink. Pink is severely weakened by earlier conquests. Yellow is not at war with us for the near future. We do have to worry that Maoist will eventually get picked up, but no, in the meantime, everything is fine. And we can get another hero. A Guardian? And a Technologist. What does that mean? Technologist, good at fighting. Bonus shield capacity, but a huge boost to science later on. Bonus science per call, bonus science per system. We don't need a second fleet commander right away. I guess we'll pick up another governor. This is sort of, again, not a great governor, but a governor is better than no governor. And he does give us a bonus of 10 points of science per planet on the system. Now that is pretty substantial. Now Toxic and Desert, we want to think about picking up the ability to colonize those. And we can also terraform planets. Less good on the Hissho because we don't get all these negatives of having sterile planets, etc. I guess Hyperpacks is something we probably want. Just because... I mean, building Alliance is valuable. I'm not sure how valuable it is when playing as the Hissho. It's something we want as an option, definitely. I mean, why does we round out our planetary colonization technologies? eventually. Okay, this brood ship is still in this direction. Should send it this way. So now that we've sort of set ourselves up, we've picked up 7 total planets. Not bad for this portion of the game. Still, we're relying quite a lot on our starting planet. Our starting system to do a lot of the economic legwork for us. But that's not unusual for the Hissho. So I finally managed to pick up this upgrade, or the starting quest. Wait, let me just upgrade this hero first. I believe I went for that. And now we need to invade a system, and we'll get a decent-ish laser. But more importantly, we get some extra K. And once we've got more K, we can more easily get way of the Obsidian Eagle. I'm gonna ask them again nicely.
Speak.
What?
Let us see if we can trust your
I have
words.
to ask it. Why is there a timer on having to ask things? Game is weird. Alright, let's see. How badly are we at guns here? Not that badly. Kestrel, 2 knives. Not the best ship design in any case. We'll send all our ships over there. Send the ship over here. Send the ship over here. So... Actually... Whoops. Not the end of the world. It looks like it's going to take some time for us to get all the way back there. Again, a consequence of this galaxy design and just the way fleets work in this game is that you're going to spend a lot of time hopping back or a lot of time getting to where you need to go. Why I sort of praised the virtues of the skill before choosing not to get it. That was definitely a mistake early on. Although our ships should be leveling up a lot faster. Not sure what value that is though. So that's one of those parts of the game which I don't really know that much about. Again, fleet battles are the most exciting thing in this game. We picked up those, gained some extra K. Now we have 9. It's actually at the point where we want to think about busting out Way of the Obsidian Eagle. Maybe I'll only do it once I get this second economic behemoth, so I can benefit from it on my main system. And this fleet, we're sending it this way. Again, sort of the weird spot. You want to build warships, but not too many warships that have them do nothing. Now we can declare war on these guys. What is nice is this is still giving us a bonus K per empires at war. And we're at war with quite a few empires. Wait, is it empires? Per empires, okay, it doesn't count these little guys. That's something I was wondering about. Okay, hopefully this section will go a lot better than my previous attempt to besiege minor factions, which was slightly embarrassing. If we send this ship, can we send it here? We could send it, we have to send it here first, retrofit it with probes, and then send it there. And in that way, we're going to put this under our K zone, or even sending it here and then retrofitting with probes and putting it there is maybe better. That way, we'll have these two systems in our K zone, and we're going to be able to probe in this direction. Alright, hopefully Pink will not declare war on us too soon, because we're still maneuvering our ships over there. Not as if... It would cost us a couple of population to deal with that. This observance is nice, and it's something I like doing, but I think the industry is more valuable to us than the turn would take to activate this. Gaining bonus K. I mean, if our K wasn't so high already, it's something I would prioritize more. And this is a nice beneficial effect, which happens now and then. Academy's finally been discovered. Fortunately, we've bought a ton of heroes already. Not all of them were super optimal, but more governors is always nice. Okay, we can merge these fleets here. We'll send the ship over there. Now that we have this under control, we're probably sending these fleets in this direction. This fleet is really just for cleaning up this location. Speaking of which, hopefully this fight goes away. See, this score is very misleading often. Like, here was like sort of like halfish, but we completely destroyed them. That's kind of something I don't like as much about these games, the Endless games. Something I'll probably talk about if I do a playthrough of Endless Legend 2, or Endless Legend as well, is that the fights tend to be extremely one-sided, and I wish there was more room for clever tactical maneuvering, and basically ways to win even if you're behind militarily, because the way it currently works is, if you're losing, you probably continue to lose. And you can't really outfox the AI that well. Now we'll pick up Graviton Shielding here, which will be very good for us. Or will be good for us. I don't want to overstate it. Interplanetary transport will be neat. Let's look at... Is this planet better or worse than this planet? Yeah, this planet is better in every way. Okay, this privateer fleet is slowly... I mean, this is... a really minuscule amount of siege damage. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, we finally have behemoths that are ready to do some heavy lifting for us. And we can start invading this base. Cool, we've picked up that system. We lost some improvements. But we did get a new system. Now we got the Wrath of Tonatzi, which is... Tonatzi's. Which is a decent laser, despite awkward pronunciation. So we have we are graced by more Hissho poetry, and we get to choose between improving our military, using behemoths for strategics, or using behemoths for winning battles. And this bonus is really nice. It gives us bonus, a lot of bonus influence, versus this giving us bonus manpower. I mean, this is something I never. This is something bonus manpower, deployment limit on defense, and probability of killing population. If we are that far on the back foot that we have to worry about our systems being besieged, and that far on the back foot that we want to spend 1,000 industry on that, then we're doing really badly. This is generally something that is sort of like damage control if you're really like in a downward spiral towards losing the game. So I'm not keen on picking this up. I'd much rather have this, and I'd also much rather use my behemoths for mining than for warfare. So the flavor text, I hope you've already read this part. Just scroll down and you read the rest. Long story short, the story of the Blood Sisters is spreading. Scroll down again. Please pause if you want to read it. And we have to use behemoths to inspire the populace. So, I mean, it's good that it's kind of okay that we only got the quest today, because doing this requires us to have the behemoth technology, which we're only really getting online at this point. Now we've picked up these behemoth probes, we can start retrofitting this behemoth. I mean, the other behemoth we're still sending along here. Either here or here. We're going to be sending the behemoth. Oh, we found Auriga. That's nice. So really a lot is happening on this turn. I'd hope to pause at this turn and not spend so much time monologuing. So at this point we can start retrofitting out of our behemoths, and I want to show you how important this and powerful this probing is We've gotten a lot of K. We can start spending on the Way of the Obsidian Eagle. And long story short, I made a couple of mismanagement flubs from lack of practice with this faction. But at this point we can, and we sent the fleet the wrong way, but at this point we can really see how powerful the Hissho are. And they'll only become more apparent going into the next episode. As you can see, like, we're really close on score to the highest faction for endless difficulty. And this is probably Cravers, by the way. Cravers always doing really well on scores. And we're really setting us up really well to snowball our early aggressive and economic opening, and pick up the rest of the systems in this galaxy, and really build up our economic behemoth might for a quick path to victory. So join me next time to see how powerful these economic behemoth with probes can be.